All right. Hello. So if I can have everyone's attention. No, that's okay. That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. So I'm Dr. Edelstein. I'm the chair for the Department of Anesthesiology and Perioperative Medicine, and I'd like to welcome you all to the 2022 resident and fellow graduation for the department. Very happy to have you all here. It's amazing to have a large group of people here. It's the first time we've had a very large event in a long time, and so we are very happy that we can see a lot of family and friends here tonight. Just to give you a little overview of how it's going to run, there are food stations that are being set up, so feel free to get up and go to those stations, as well as to the bar that's being put together as well. This will be a very casual evening. There's some presentations that are going to happen. Unfortunately, our fellows are not able to be here tonight, but we will at least acknowledge them, and then we'll also do resident acknowledgements as well. But what I'd like to say is thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support that you've given to the department and to all the patients at Loyola Medicine over these last very trying years, especially with COVID. We are going to miss you. We're going to wish you all the best in the future, and always feel free to reach back out to us when you're out and about in the world. So go ahead and enjoy, and we'll be with you very shortly. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the program, but feel free to continue to eat and to get your food. We'd like to start the beginning of the program just to recognize the fellows for our program. We do have two fellowships that are at Loyola. One is for pain medicine, and one is for adult cardiothoracic anesthesiology. Unfortunately, the fellows were not able to be here for a variety of reasons, but for the pain fellows, I'd like to recognize Jeji, who will be moving on to an academic practice at the University of Indiana. He came to us from the University of Indiana and is going back there, so we're very excited for him and his career in that way. The other one is Paul Borsuk, which most of you know, who is a resident here, who ultimately did his fellowship in pain medicine. And he will be going to Illinois Masonic, where he'll be starting in a pain practice there as well. So we wish them both the best and good luck in the future. So just a round of applause for them, even though they're not here. So for our adult cardiothoracic fellows, Mina Aftada, who's our fellowship director, will come up and make a couple of comments.
Good evening. I'm Mina Oftade. I'm the current program director for the Adult Cardiothoracic Anesthesiology Fellowship. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and to see all of you. Congratulations to all of the graduates. I'm really, really proud of you all. And it's been such a pleasure to work with you and get to know you, and now to call you colleagues. I'm very proud to graduate Joe Capone and Alex Leach. They have spent the last year with us learning the medicine and art of adult cardiothoracic anesthesiology, and they've done a tremendous job. Joe is moving on to a private practice position at Central DuPage Hospital, and we're very proud of him and wish him all the best. Alex Leach is moving on to a position at... A little taller than Steve, huh?
Is that better?
Thank you. Thank you. Alex Leach has accepted a position also in private practice at Palos Hospital, and I'm very proud to have been part of their training. I'm very proud to see them off into their careers, proud to call them friends and colleagues, and wish them all the best. So please give them a round of applause, though neither of them could be here tonight.
Thank you. So I'd like to introduce now Dr. Michael Wiesman, who is our program director for the core anesthesiology program. Him and Dr. Majewski, who is our assistant program director, they'll be doing the rest of the show for tonight.
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Elsie mentioned, my name is Mike Wiesman. I'm the core program director. Dr. Majewski is the associate PD to my right over here. Just a few words. This is my last year as program director. I'll be stepping down after 6 years as core program director and 5 years as associate. It's been a true honor and privilege to teach and to train all these amazing physicians over the years. Thankfully, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still at Loyola, so I get to watch a lot of these trainees as they come through. I would like to just quickly acknowledge all of our graduates today. To go through residency is always a challenge, and I think our residents are no exception. The amount of work, the amount of effort, the amount of sacrifice they've put in over the years, I think is truly admirable. And they are some of the best trained anesthesiologists that you'll find around. So a quick round of applause to the entire group, all that they've done, all they've accomplished. And of course, they couldn't do it without help and support. And so I'd like to acknowledge all of you that are here tonight in this room, those of you that are remote. Certainly, I feel like it wasn't that long ago for me that I went to residency, although it actually was. But I think, as you're going through such a challenging time, you really need the support around you to be successful. And so thank you to all of you in this room that have been there to back them up during all these challenging nights, these tough calls, these tough rotations. Wives, husbands, significant others, parents, kids, everybody. Thank you so much for all that you have done for our trainees throughout this time. So a round of applause for all of you as well. So I'm going to begin the presentation. I'm going to, again, welcome everyone that's here tonight. And thank you for being here to honor the graduates. This is kind of the pinnacle of training. You go through college and medical school and then residency. I know a lot of you are going off to fellowship, and I'll throw up a slide to kind of show where everyone is going. But to me, in my mind, this is the peak. This is the pinnacle, and this is kind of a sign of all of your hard work and all that you've accomplished. And not to mention the fact that you did it during COVID, which I think is for any practitioner is significant, especially those of you in anesthesia that were in the ICUs, in the operating rooms, taking care of COVID patients, putting them on ECMO. It's not to be forgotten, and certainly something that added to the stress of your training and your residency. So I'm going to grab my clicker here and go through some of these slides. So I remember fondly going through as a resident and some of the amazing friendships that I made. And when I emailed this class and sent me photos, there's no doubt that they made long-lasting friendships. I think residency, it's kind of a stressful time, a stressful situation for a lot of the time that you're going through it, and you make very tight, close bonds as you're going through. So this is a photo of the most of the class as CA1s. Now this next photo, I don't know what to make of this. This is also CA1 here. So, must be Halloween. I don't know, I guess. And then a few other photos. We're fortunate that we're in the city of Chicago. A lot of great places to go out, fun things to do, socializing, dinner. There's a lot of great places to go and have fun when you're not on the job. And then there's this, which I thought was pretty funny. So a little Zoom social hour. Again, the sign of the times that these guys dealt with as they went through their training. And then I've got two slides I'm going to put up just to quickly, and I'm going to mention everyone individually as I bring them up, but just to quickly show where everyone is going. And we had such an amazing success rate with this class and where they match into fellowships. So these are just the fellowships. We have a lot going into private practice as well, so I don't want to dismiss that, but just a few pictures and names of where people are going to do their additional training after they leave Loyola. Page 2. A lot of wonderful training institutions, a lot of great places. All right, so we're gonna move on to the graduates. And as somebody who has a last name with W, and it was always last growing up, I thought I wasn't gonna go in reverse order necessarily, but I did it randomly. So it's not alphabetical, so base you're not first. So just, you're somewhere in the middle somewhere. And before I kind of dive into that, one group of people that I forgot to mention that we really certainly need to acknowledge are all the faculty that, have been there in the operating rooms, teaching and training these amazing residents, guiding them through these tough, challenging cases and times. So we have quite a few faculty here tonight. So another round of applause, please, for all the faculty that are here and all that they've done for these trainees. All right, so I'm going to dive into it. So here's this great group of trainees that are graduating this year. And we're going to start with Dr. Izzy Romo. So in a few words about Izzy. So Izzy's a local guy. He grew up very close to Loyola. He was a Loyola med student. We were recruiting him very heavily early on as a medical student. And when I saw his name on match day, I couldn't have been more thrilled. And that goes for just about everybody in this class. Just about, no, I'm just kidding. Izzy, when we matched him, I saw his name. I couldn't have been happier. And he lived up to the height. He was a phenomenal trainee, the height of professionalism, skilled, bright. He has been the definition of reliable and dependable throughout his training. He's a consummate team player. He has incredible work ethic, very skilled and passionate about patient care. Izzy will be going off to Northwestern for chronic pain. So congratulations, Izzy.
All right. Well, they put me first, so I guess they're never getting the mic back. No, just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. So I grew up in the area. I grew up coming to Loyola as a patient. I always felt Loyola, seeing like that crest on the white coat was like the embodiment of like being a physician. So when I pursued that career, that's kind of like where I wanted to be. And then, after going to medical school there and then luckily matching for residency, it's been a great 4 years, great mentorship, great co-residents. I couldn't have done it without obviously my family and friends, my girlfriend, everyone here supporting me. So it's crazy, like we're finally here, but thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
So next up, we have Dr. Mohammed Ganina. And I have to acknowledge that his mother and his sister flew here from Egypt. This is their first time in the United States. So we're so happy to have them here tonight. So earlier this year, we caught wind that there might be some residents from Illinois Masonic that would be willing to transfer. So we were extremely fortunate to take not only Mohammed, but also Eileen, who we meet later on. So I had a little bit of inside information on Mohammed from a faculty member that was there. Spoke very highly of Mohammed, that we couldn't have been more pleased to have him as part of the Loyola family. He has proven to be incredibly professional. He's an excellent communicator and a wonderful clinician, and he will do very well when he goes down to WashU and St. Louis to do the CV and a critical care fellowship. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for this presentation. It's awesome. So unlike everyone, most of the people here, I didn't really start at Loyola. I just had the opportunity to join in the last year. And I'm thinking of myself of being lucky for getting that opportunity to be here. I had an amazing, I had a really good training before I came here. And I thinking the time I spent at Loyola was a continuation of that great training that I continued to receive. I learned so much in this year, and I met so many awesome attendings, and I met so many amazing friends. They received me really well, and when I went out and had fun with them, they felt as if we were friends. We're true friends, even though we know each other for less than a year now. So I'm just proud. And the other people I want to mention, of course, is my mother, my biggest supporter. I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have gone into medicine without her. She kind of pushed me to go into it. So just having her here attending this event is really a big deal for me. So I'm really happy for that. And of course, my sister is here as well.
So I'd like to acknowledge our next graduate who unfortunately couldn't make it here tonight, but Dr. Brooklyn Fillinger. So Brooklyn joined an all-male class. So when we matched this class, it was all male. So we were able to land Brooklyn after her intern year, and then Eileen joined us this last year to kind of help balance things out a little bit. So she did so, and she integrated seamlessly. She was constantly seeking a challenge and looking for ways to improve. She seeks a higher standard for herself and pushes those around her to achieve that exact same standard. She has a work ethic that is next to none and will do very well in fellowship. She's going to Cedars-Sinai to do cardiothoracic anesthesia down in LA. So congratulations to Brooklyn. So next on my list, I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Amenike Okafor. So Amenike, if you wouldn't mind coming up here. So Amenike is an absolute pleasure to be around. He is always calm, easygoing, has a wonderful bedside manner. He never has a bad thing to say about anyone. A strong sense of perseverance, is always up for the challenge. I'm very impressed and proud of all that he's achieved, and I'm certain he will do very well in private practice down in St. Louis. And I have to acknowledge his significant other here and his beautiful baby boy that have joined us here tonight. So congratulations, Amenike.
Just wanted to acknowledge a couple people. So I have my family that's called in on Zoom right now, so they're listening. Unfortunately, they weren't able to be here with us today, but you know, they've been with me since the beginning. I've always wanted to be a medical doctor since as long as I remember. Heavily influenced by my family, especially my father, who I lost last year, it was tough to kind of go through this whole thing without him. But you know, I'm happy that that I made it this far. I wanted to acknowledge my girlfriend and my new family here. I'm looking forward to finally being with you and finally moving forward with our family. I wanted to also thank Dr. Wiesner and Dr. Majewski here, my program directors, being with me the whole way through this training. It hasn't been easy, and they've been with me the whole way. And I'm looking forward to continuing the friendship outside of here, moving forward. And I just want to thank everybody that's been with me. I want to thank my co-residents that have influenced me very positively. And so yeah, here's to the future. And yeah, thank you.
All right, and next we'd like to acknowledge one of two rock star chiefs. So this is Rami Sufan. So Rami, come on up. So now I told the residents, I said, if you don't send me photos to use the presentation, I'm going to seek some things out. And luckily I found some great ones of Rami. So a nice photo of him and his beautiful wife, Dima, on the right, and him and his kids on the left. And they've got number 3 on the way shortly, as I understand. So as I mentioned, Rami is part of a rock star duo as chief resident. He's done an incredible job of earning the mutual respect as a leader and a peer, both from residents and faculty. He and Kevin Choi, who you meet later, were especially easy to work with for Dr. Majewski and myself. And it's not an easy task being chief resident, I can tell you. And he and Kevin did a wonderful job. He is kind, considerate, always willing to lend a hand when needed. And Rami will be going off to UPenn for critical care next year. Congratulations.
Well, I want to say thank you, first of all, to all the staff and faculty that have helped us throughout this experience. Whether it was Jenny getting those late night emails or Dr. Wiesnen working out the schedule, especially during COVID. Thank you to both of you and Dr. Majewski as well to kind of guide us through this. I think this opportunity has been fantastic, and thank you to all the attendings that are here and who are not here, who have really helped us along the way, whether Dr. Mugby, Andrew, Dr. Edelstein, Dr. Gustin, among many others. I also want to thank whether it's the ancillary staff, the RTs, the nurses who've always been there for us every step of the way, as well as my co-residents who haven't shied away. It's been a tough couple of years, but we've gotten through it. I want to thank my family, my wife especially, who's put up with me for the past few years, especially after having 2 kids and a third on the way. So I've been a challenge. So I'm glad that she's accepted that challenge. So I want to thank you all for the opportunity and the chance to be in this program. It's been a fantastic journey. So thank you.
So the next graduate we'd like to honor is Dr. Tyler Hamilton. So Tyler, if you wouldn't mind coming up. So now Tyler also didn't send me a photo, but one of his colleagues did, and I thought this was great. This is Tyler in the resident lounge playing Halo, apparently, or getting ready to.
I wondered what
But I decided to find, oh, and then there's this one. So apparently somebody punked Tyler into thinking he was going to a costume party and he was the only one that dressed up, or maybe no one else dressed
It
up.
was the weekend after Halloween. Everybody else did it the weekend before Halloween. I blame Yanni for that one.
That's Yanni's fault. So Tyler, I have to tell this story really quick, and I'm going to bring up Lance Kelly next. So this is goes back about before these guys came here as residents. So I had a good friend at the time, Dr. Tony Yen, who was program director down at University of New Mexico, invited me to come down there to be visiting professor. So I went down there, I gave some lectures to the residents, I gave a grand rounds, and he invited me to dinner. He said, oh, and we've got 2 med students interested in anesthesia, they're going to be joining us. I'm like, oh, great. So I go there and I meet Lance and Tyler, and they were wonderful. We were chatting. I got to know them a little bit, and they interviewed with Loyola. They didn't really know Loyola, but they met me and they decided to take a chance and interview. And lo and behold, I matched both of them. And ironically, Tony never invited me back again. I don't know why. It's crazy. But we couldn't have been happier to have both of them. And Tyler has been a great resident. He's got a very unassuming personality, but once you get to know him, you really realize how truly bright and gifted he is. He and I have a little bit of a Chattanooga connection as well. My brother lives down there. He's from there. And so we talk about that quite a bit, which is kind of fun. Tyler will be going off to Blacksburg, Virginia in private practice, and very excited for him. So congratulations, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words, Dr. Wiesen. And yeah, I'm from Tennessee. I had never heard of Loyola until I met Dr. Wiesen. I also didn't consider moving anywhere as cold as it is here, but I will say that I absolutely loved this entire experience. I want to thank the faculty first, just for helping me grow so much, both professionally and personally. And then I want to, of course, thank my inspiration, which is, my awesome dad who's here with us tonight, and my mom who will live forever in our hearts. He's a physician and she was a CRNA. They truly inspire me every single day. So thank you so much. I also have several of my best friends that I've known from elementary school, med school, but from all over. They've come from all over the country to be here with me. They insisted. I don't know why. And then I want to say that I just want to thank you, so much to all of my co-residents. I've made friendships that'll last me a lifetime here, especially my beautiful girlfriend, Emily, who I met in the recovery room while she was working at Loyola. And I, again, don't know why, but she's coming to Blacksburg, Virginia with me to start this next chapter of my life. But thank you so much, all of you. I love you all.
I'm glad you met Emily in the recovery room as someone that was working, not a patient. That would have been a little bit. And as I alluded to, next is going to be Dr. Lance Kelly. So again, I met Lance like I met Tyler all those years ago down in New Mexico. One thing I remember, and you can back me up on this, when these guys were interns and we'd have our monthly CBY lunches or intern lunches, Lance was the epitome of a black cloud. Anytime someone would talk about a rotation, they would say, "Oh, it was great. You know, I got it this time," and then Lance would come up and say, "Oh, I worked 75 hours a week on that rotation," or "Oh, I got, hosed on this situation, that situation." For whatever reason, intern year, I don't know if it continued on or not, the black cloud reputation, but certainly that was something that always made me laugh. So one thing about Lance is his amazing rapport with patients. He's a wonderful communicator. He's one of the more seasoned residents. I think maybe because of that, I feel like I've established a great rapport. Oh yeah, with Lance. And maybe, oh, here's a couple photos. Sorry, I forgot to advance the slides. Some great photos here. And then he sent me this one. He sent me one with hair. I don't know. So
That was the weekend right before I started.
oh, that was a weekend before he started residency. He tells me. So, Lance will be. So as I was mentioning, so it was really fun to connect with Lance on a personal level, talking about similar life stressors, fatherhood. We have children around the same age. It's been really fun to get to know, work with Lance, and I'm thrilled that he's going to be staying on at Loyola as faculty. So I cannot wait to have him as a colleague.
It's been a wild 4 years. Kind of tough for certain parts of it, but we've had great faculty and staff and nurses and colleagues of the residents who've helped me so much. But most importantly, my wife and my son, Jack, and my family. They have supported me through the last, I don't know how many years of this. I promise this is the last graduation you will ever have to go to for me. But thank you so much. I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to come on as staff with all of you guys.
All right, next we're going to honor Dr. Andrew Herman. So Andrew, if you wouldn't mind making your way up here. So there we go. There's Andrew over there. I found this one too. I stole it from Facebook. So I've gone out golfing with Andrew a few times, and I'm sure this is where he would often envision himself, is on the golf course. So Andrew has been another phenomenal resident, very impressive funded knowledge and clinical skills. He functions exceptionally well independently, yet eager to incorporate suggestions and feedback into his practice. Great ability to work under pressure, level-headed, composed, organized, and efficient. I stole that quote from one of your evals. I thought it would perfectly encapsulated you and the wonderful trainee that you have been. Andrew is another one that we have been able to hang on at least for one more year. So Andrew is going to be sticking around, and he's going to be one of our CV fellows here at Loyola next year. So congratulations, Andrew.
I just want to thank everyone, my family, my class. It's been a rough 4 years at times, and my classmates have really made it much more bearable, and I appreciate all of them. My family, thank you so much for being here. I love all of you. My wife, of course, has been my biggest supporter through the whole thing. And thank you to the department. I've made a lot of really good friends with the attendings, nurses, really everybody. It's been a really wonderful experience being part of Loyola. So thank you to everybody. It's been a really nice time. I look forward to the next year. So.
You have to lower this back down here. Hang on a second. I always joke about Herman height in the operating room. He always has to raise the table like above my chin to intubate the patient. So
I've told him at least once that I can't help him up there.
yeah, if he struggles, you're on your own. All right. So next, we'd like to honor Dr. Eileen Bowie. And Eileen was another great catch that we got from Illinois Masonic. So let me find my notes here, Eileen. So Eileen transferred and integrated absolutely seamlessly. She has a great personality, is very fun to be around and work with. She's an excellent communicator, well-liked by patients, nurses, and colleagues alike. She'll be a natural fit for pediatrics, and she'll be going off to Boston Children's Hospital for her Peace Fellowship next year. So congratulations to Eileen.
First, first, I'd like to thank Dr. Wiesenen, Dr. Majewski for giving me the opportunity to adopt me as a orphan resident when I first had no home for a little bit. And then my co-residents for being so welcoming and letting me join their class. And then I'd like to thank my family, of course, who I would not be able to survive these last 4 years without them, especially my fiance, Tomas, who has single-handedly fed and watered me for 4 years. And then, of course, lastly, my biggest emotional supporter, my dog, Rue, who has helped me get through long days at work. Thank you.
Occasionally, we have emotional support dogs come to the department. I've seen them every now and then, so that's perfect. Next, and I'm so happy to have him here tonight, Dr. Avais Ahmed. So Avais was another wonderful med student that we're able to capture and retain from Loyola. He recently has surgery, as you can see. So I was not expecting him here tonight. So I'm so happy that he's here. So again, as I mentioned, he was another one that we're absolutely thrilled to see on match day. He has an incredibly calm and laid back demeanor that never gets rattled. I've never met anybody more calm than Avais. It's fantastic. He's very clinically skilled, very comfortable with an ultrasound, probe and block needle. Multiple comments about his level of maturity and thoughtfulness. And he is off to pursue regional fellowship at the University of Illinois, which is perfect for him. So congratulations, Avais. Want me to bring the microphone down?
I wasn't going to give you the option.
Thank you, guys. First and foremost, I'm thankful for the opportunity to be graduating from this program. I'm a big believer in faith, so thank God for the opportunity to be here today. I'd like to thank my parents who have provided endless support and love for me. They've been instrumental in getting me to this point today. Thankful for my co-residents, all of you guys who picked up the slack the last few weeks and also have been there for me to vent the last few years. Like everyone said, you guys have been great and instrumental in helping us get through these 4 years. I'd like to thank the rest of my family, my friends who've also provided endless support and love. And I'd also like to thank the faculty here at Loyola, who everyone in this room at some sort of way has shaped the way that we practice anesthesia moving forward. So for all your clinical pearls, your knowledge, thank you for all of that. The two of you guys specifically, Dr. Wiesenen, you gave me a shot as a med student. I ranked this program #1. I would rank it #1 again. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to train here. Thank you to Dr. Majewski, who the last few weeks have been pretty rough, and he's been super helpful with everything. He's been, he's gone above and beyond in making me feel like he has my back. And I think the program's in good hands with him, or will continue to be in good hands with him moving forward. So thank you, everyone. Yeah.
For those that don't know, Dr. Majewski is kind of our de facto IT guy, and he's killing it tonight. You're doing a great job.
I was very sad when Radio Shack closed many years ago.
So next, we'd like to honor Dr. Adam Zerny, and here it comes, Adam. I told you, if you didn't send me a photo, I would find something. So here's what I found. So I don't know when this is from, but this is absolute gold. So, but then after I found this, somebody sent me this, which might even be better. I don't know. This is a great picture. So it's been an absolute pleasure to watch Adam grow and mature as a professional. He might be the leader of calm under pressure, another resident that just doesn't get rattled. No one is more easygoing than Adam. He's been described as having a quiet confidence in the operating room, which is something that we should all strive for. He is now headed closer to home and will be pursuing a regional fellowship at University of Pittsburgh. So congratulations to Adam.
I want to thank my family and my friends. All my family ended up coming here despite being in the South, so I really appreciate that. I also want to really thank my girlfriend, who also is a chief resident during this last year. We both have been through busy schedules, and she's definitely helped me through so much of it, and I cannot appreciate her more. I also want to thank my fellow co-residents. We had such a good time, both inside and outside the hospital, and have incredible memories. And I also want to thank a lot of the attendings who have gone out of their way during busy times to teach extra topics, specifically these two, Dr. Wiesen and Dr. Majewski. Dr. Majewski would always find somewhere a lack of knowledge about something, and he would always find that and teach me so much more, and I really appreciate that. I also want to thank a couple of the attendings who asked me questions about how my life was outside of work. We get super consumed of our daily work life and forget that we also have outside lives and like have a lot of fun and talking about the weekends and what we're doing in upcoming vacations and stuff. And that actually goes a really long way. And I really appreciate those attendings. So thank you so much for everyone who did that. And thanks for everyone who's coming out tonight.
All right. Next, we're going to honor Dr. Kevin Choi. So, so Kevin is the one on the right in this photo. I assume that's your significant other on the left. I'm not positive, but Kevin sent me this great photo. So I have an anecdotal story about Kevin. So, and you might remember this. This was a couple of years ago. We were in the operating room and I was with a CA1 and it was middle of the night, probably 2 a.m. Maybe it was a Saturday. I'm just kind of throwing it out there just to kind of, make the story. But it was, I think it was the weekend and it was, there really wasn't a whole lot else going on. So Kevin easily could have been in the call room, resting or sleeping, but there he was at our side, helping put in lines, helping chart, helping grab meds. And I turned to the CA1, I said, this is what you should strive for. This is the kind of senior you want to be. And it wasn't too much later after that Dr. Kevin Choi became co-chief resident. And I think it was a wonderful choice. So there's no one who's a better team player, no one that's more selfless than Dr. Choi. He's always there to lend a helping hand. He's the utmost professional, reliable. And on top of that, he's an outstanding clinician. He is off to join Dr. Bowie in Boston to do his Peace Fellowship. So congratulations to Kevin.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to say thank you to my co-residents. We finally did it. I came to Chicago 3 years ago, not knowing a single person, and I'm getting to leave with 14 other people that I hope to call long life friends and colleagues. So thank you to all of you guys that have welcomed me into our little family of 15. Most of all, I'd like to thank my partner, Ryan, who has put up with me over the past few years here over post-call days, post-late days, late nights, all the above. It's been a wild journey and I'm excited to see where this goes from here. So thank you to everyone that's here supporting us and congratulations to all of you guys.
All right, next we'd like to honor Dr. Chris Havey. Chris, you wouldn't mind coming up? So I got a few pictures sent to me. I'm not sure what the one on the right, is that a dog in a bar? I don't know what's going on in that photo that you sent me, but so, and then this is another one that somebody sent me. So we can all identify the Lego lead that is very anesthesia specific. So anyway, so Dr. Chris Havey, and I took another quote that I saw in some of the emails because that really encapsulated Chris perfectly. So great, he has great clinical judgment, procedural skills, and fund of knowledge. He's exceptionally reliable, a great team player, capable and confident, yet attentive to feedback and efficiently incorporates it into his practice. He has impressive ability to multitask and prioritize. And from a personal anecdotal experience, I think Chris has been so much fun to work with. He's great to be around. He will be undoubtedly a huge success as he joins his father down in Wichita, Kansas in anesthesia practice. So congratulations to Chris.
So I'd like to thank all the faculty for all your mentorship over the past few years. You guys have been super helpful. Couldn't have done this without you guys. My co-residents as well. We've been through a lot. I've made some lifelong friendships with many of you guys. So I've had a great time with everybody. To my girlfriend, Sasha, for putting up with me for the past few years. I couldn't have done it without you. To my dad, for, introducing me to anesthesia years ago. I'm super excited to work together next year. It's going to be a great experience. So thank you so much to everybody.
All right, we're getting down there. Who's going to be last? It's going to be Alistair. Alistair's last. There's the punchline. All right, next we'd like to honor Dr. Alex Roussos. So Alex, if you wouldn't mind coming up. There's Alex on the left at the ASA presenting, and then a great group photo on the right with him and some of his classmates. So Alex has always been a great resident, and I clarify this comment just to let you know that he's always been a great resident. But if there was an award for most improved player, it would be Alex Roussos. He has shown so much growth, so much development over his time as a resident. It's been so much fun to watch and watch him grow. He's highly professional, reliable, performs well with complex patients and cases. He's very kind and empathetic. Plus, his medical knowledge is off the charts. It's unbelievable. He will no doubt be a huge success as he goes off to a chronic pain fellowship at UC Davis in Sacramento. Congratulations.
I guess first I want to thank my mom and dad for being here, from rehearsals, baseball practices, everything else. You've been there from every graduation. I don't say I think I love you guys and thank you guys enough. So thank you. After that, I'm going to thank the faculty and the administrative staff that's been here with us, as well as the nurses that I invited. It's been a tremendous privilege, an opportunity, and I don't think I thank you guys enough, and I don't think we thank you guys enough. So, and to my co-residents, I couldn't ask for a better cohort to go through this with. It's been a tremendous journey, and I wish the best of luck to you guys. And I consider myself adding 14 brothers and sisters that I never had. So best luck to you guys.
All right, last but certainly not least, here he comes up. So when it came to sending photos, Alistair sent me a few, and I thought some of them were perfect. So I think of Alistair, I think of this guy, just laid back, California dude, tank top, palm trees in the background. That's just Alistair. He's just so chill all the time. He's so much fun to work with, but he's an amazing physician. He's just, it's been a joy to watch him grow and mature as a clinician. So again, as I mentioned, he's the king of laid back and calm. When I work with him, I feel like I should be surfing. He's extremely bright, clinically skilled, especially when it comes to blocks. He has a great work ethic. He's really fun to be around. He has a natural ability with regional, and he'll do an amazing job with Adam Zerny in Pittsburgh doing a regional fellowship. Congratulations.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, just want to give a quick story how I stumbled upon Loyola initially. So I was a med student, going to ASA and going to the resident meet and greet. And, you go there, you're walking by all the tables, and most of the program directors are a little bit older, and, the residents there are a little bit more calm. And then I stumble upon the Loyola table, and it was just, a bunch of dudes hanging out, drinking. And then I remember I went up to, Dr. Mike, the Mikes here, and I thought they were residents. So I was like, hey, what year are you? They're like, oh, I'm the program director. I'm like, you guys are the youngest looking program directors I've ever seen in my life. So just want to thank you guys, taking a chance on me on an IMG. It's hard to match at such a good program as Loyola. So thanks for welcoming me into the Pro Fest. We matched 13 dudes initially, so that was pretty great. Yeah, I just want to break it up a little like that outside of all the thank yous. But anyways, for the thank yous, thanks to my mom. She's been there for me at every step of the journey, and my dad as well. And my fiance Kirsten, sorry for ruining your beauty sleep in the middle of the night on the home call pager going off at 2 a.m. You're still beautiful. So Yeah, but yeah, thanks to my co-residents for being there with me through all the highs and lows, and faculty along the way too for teaching me and supporting me, and the nurses. I know Myra's here, the PACU nurses as well. They've done a great job. So yeah, thank you guys, and yeah, thanks for taking a chance on this.
All right. Well, again, congratulations to this phenomenal class of 2022. You're all always part of the Loyola family. We're always here to support you and help you even after you leave the confines of Loyola. So do not hesitate to reach out to any of us if you need anything at any point. We're so proud of you and could not be happier for you and all your successes and the endeavors that you will take on in the future. And one last final word. Again, this is my kind of outgoing as program director. I couldn't be more excited for the program. Dr. Majewski, thank you for all that you've done and the assistance that he has given me over the years. He'll be taking over as core program director. Dr. Kate Miles will be his associate. Dr. Katie Kutlu will be their new assistant, and the program is in excellent hands. I also want to give a real strong thank you to Dr. Edelstein, Dr. Gustin, Dr. Amy Murray, all the mentorship that I have received over the years to do this job, which is not always the easiest, but it truly has been a joy. Thank you to all of you, and I'm really excited for the program and its future. So we're going to move on now to the Teacher of the Year. So I would ask our chiefs to come up and present that award. I don't know if you guys are ready for that or not, but now's your time.
We caught him by the bar. All right, I'll start off. So I just want to say that I want to thank this individual for being a fantastic leader, educator, always taking the time, regardless of how much time, to teach and to be there for us, getting to know the residents, getting to take his personal time to really be able to walk us through different experiences, different situations. He has been there every step of the way and is a personal mentor to myself, who has also kind of led me towards my future career. So I want to thank him an incredible amount. And I just want to say that he has a very amazing future ahead of him. And I couldn't be happier to announce this award.
And just to add to what Rami just said, I would like to thank the Educator of the Year on behalf of all the residents, not just my class. He's been a great educator in the operating room and outside in the ICU. We would like to congratulate our Educator of the Year, Dr. Brian Liu. A very big round of applause. I think that we somehow tricked to. He's a big photographer. We tricked him into coming because he is taking all of our photographs tonight. So congratulations, Dr. Liu.
Am I supposed to make a speech? I thought I was here just to take pictures and eat food, so I don't really have anything prepared. This is a huge honor, so thank you guys. Thank to the whole department, really. It's a huge honor, especially considering how many amazing attendings we have in the department. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I just wish you guys all the best of luck. It's been a huge honor. It's been a huge pleasure. Really, all of the attendings here, we're here for you guys. This is why we do it. You guys are the reason why. I'm really proud of all of you guys, and really best of luck. The advice I have for you is really just stay curious, stay humble, and stay kind. Thanks.
We have a lovely plaque.
And finally, we have the award for Resident of the Year. And I think, to me, this is one of the most challenging awards to give out. I think it really could have gone to any one of these amazing residents. And I hope it came through in the presentation tonight, how special this class is and how wonderful these trainees are. And I don't have a whole lot more to say, but to say that this resident has meant a lot to all of us as faculty. And we've really seen over the years, even in stressful times, just the level of professionalism, dedication to patient care, dedication to learning, to challenging themselves, and to becoming a better physician. Without further ado, this award goes to Dr. Chris Havey.
Wow. So I was I was not expecting this, so I don't have anything prepared here, but obviously, you know, the rest of my classmates, everybody's awesome. This is a huge honor. I don't know how this was picked because it really could have been any of us, but thank you again to all the faculty for all of your mentorship. I mean, without the training that you guys provide, you know, this isn't possible for any of us. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
The only downside is you have to have your picture plastered on the entrance to the department for the next year. So even though you're gone, you'll be right there. So that's it for the core program presentation. One last round of applause to this amazing group, and then I'll hand it to Dr. Edelstein. And just personally, thank you so much to everyone, and have a great rest of the night.
Someone left the microphone unattended. Usually I send emails for all of this stuff, but nobody reads my emails anyway. So I just want to, I wanted to intercept the microphone prior to turning it over to our chairman to acknowledge Dr. Wiesenen for his efforts in guiding the residency. So Michael Wiesen graduated from Augustana College in '02 with a major in biology, matriculated at North Dakota, and I had to make a comment that UND is not Notre Dame, it's North Dakota on here. He did his intern year there and then trained in his anesthesiology residency at Loyola, finishing in 2010, at which time he joined the medical staff. It only took 1 year to identify his proclivity for medical education, and he was promoted to assistant professor and asked to join the program as the associate PD in 2011. 5 classes later, he succeeded our own beloved Dr. Murray as program director at a time when the program was in a bit of a transition, having just received probationary status from ACGME. He was able to earn full accreditation in under a year, which is the fastest turnaround time you can have. In his 6 years as PD, he's accomplished many things, including the installment of our QRST curriculum, transitioning to an all-categorical program, increasing moonlighting opportunities for all the residents, and navigating the minefield that the COVID era has proven to be. Including the grads that we honor today, he's overseen 79 graduates, including some of our very best and brightest on staff. In honor of his dedication and effort to advance academic anesthesiology, I and the department want to thank him for his 11 years of service within the residency. He has no doubt impacted the lives of the residents that have had the privilege to train under him, myself included, and hope to count on his support in the future as he enters a new career stage as director at McNeil Hospital and our clinical competency committee chair. So thank you, Mike.
Well, I was not expecting this. I thought I already said my thank yous and my goodbyes, but honestly, it's been an absolute honor and a joy. I could not have done it without these 2 individuals. And I think, you know, what made the job the easiest was the trainees. And it's I came to the stark realization a couple years ago that I was no longer a junior attending, but when you said that 70s number, it kind of was kind of shocking. But it's been an absolute pleasure to be in this role and to be in it as long as I have. Loyola will always hold a special place in my heart. I'm not going anywhere. I love this place. So just to make that clear, I'm not leaving. So I'm on to some other challenges and other roles over at our new hospital, McNeil, and I cannot wait to kind of take on that new role and continue to be here in this department, this wonderful place. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful and thank you for this. It means a lot to me.
I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Edelstein in just a second. But I do want to acknowledge some of our administrative staff who are gracing us with their presence tonight. Teresa, Jane, and Maureen, who have supported the residents and the faculty tirelessly day after day, year after year. Nancy for helping plan this wonderful event and evening. And I have to acknowledge separately and with an extra bright spotlight on Jenny Kutenberg, who's the program coordinator, who keeps the residents on task, who keeps me focused and honest and politely tells me when I've forgotten something. So thank you for all your tact and grace and for helping steer this residency and making it as wonderful as it is.
Yes, special shout out to Nancy and all your work with this event. It's a lot of work. You did great, especially with Mike here. Kudos to you. I think it's been a wonderful experience and everybody's had a great time. Before we conclude, I just want to let you know that the dessert bar is open. The bar will be open. And there's one final thing that we would like to recognize tonight. Thanks to Maureen, we're going to celebrate Dr. Alan Guston's birthday. So this is his birthday. So Maureen made a little cake for him, and that'll be at the dessert bar as well. So just give him your kudos. All right. Thank you so much. No, I'm not singing.
Oh,
So, all right. So enjoy the rest of the evening.